Hello, thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. And today we're looking at angle terminology with equations, and this is part two. Okay, and we're dealing with vertical angles. So when you have vertical angles, um, the angles opposite from each other are congruent. So in this case, angle 1 and 2 will be equal, and angle 3 and 4 will be equal. So for instance, let's say angle 1 is 30 degrees, and angle 2 also be 30 degrees. Okay, so with that, you got to keep that in mind that vertical angles are equal. So we'll take a look at some algebraic expressions and solve them accordingly. So here, you can see that we got angle A and angle B are vertical angles. If angle A equals 2x plus 1 and angle B equals x plus 10, what is the value of x? So we got vertical angles. And in these types of problems, you're only solving for x only. So, let's see. I'm showing you here how angle A and angle B are vertical angles. And since they're equal, we set them equal to each other, angle A and angle B. All right, so next thing we're going to do is plug in those expressions for each angle. So we're going to plug in 2x uh, plus 1 for angle A and x plus 10 for angle B. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is going to solve for x. We're going to move the variable to the left and subtract x on both sides. And once we get that, we get 1x, or x plus 1 is equal to 10. All right, the next thing we'll do is continue to isolate the variable by moving the constant to the other side. So we're going to subtract 1 on both sides. And you got x is equal to 9. Now, sometimes keep in mind if the x has a coefficient or a number in front of it, you'll need that last step would be to divide, okay, and solve for x is. But since we already know this, 1x here, and 1x is equal to 9, so that's it. X is equal to 9. Right. Yeah, that's what I meant to say here. So the value of x is all we're looking for on this one. So let's take a look at this one. You can go ahead and pause the video and solve this one on your own and see if you get the correct answer. All right, let's take a look at the answer on this one. All right, you should get uh, 3x minus 8 is equal to 4x minus 17. We've got angle A, which is right here, and angle B, which is right here, and we set them equal to each other. All right, so then we go ahead, add 8 on both sides. They added 8 on both sides and then moved the variable later, but add 8 on both sides, subtract 4x on both ways, you get a negative 1 here. And that's what I was saying earlier. If you have a coefficient here, you have to divide by that negative 1 on both sides, and then you get x is equal to 9. And on this example, since we're just looking for x, that's the answer. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Okay, now on this one, we're looking for vertical angles, but we want to find the measurement of the actual angle here. Okay, so here we're looking for angle A. So you'll see some problems like that, so you got to pay close attention. But since they're still vertical angles, angle A and angle B, we still set them equal to each other. And then we plug in what goes where. Right, just like we did before. And now you're going to go ahead, and I like to move the variable to the left there. So I do that first and subtract 4x on both sides. Okay. Once I do that, I have 5 minus 4, which is x. Bring down the negative 3, bring down the 21. Now I'm going to go ahead and isolate the negative 3, or isolate the x by adding 3 on both sides. And then once I add 3 on both sides, I have x is equal to 24. Alright, now that x is equal to 24, I'm almost there, but I gotta solve for angle A. Gotta make sure you pay attention to what the question's asking. And it's asking for me to find the measurement of angle A. So I'm gonna write out what angle A is, which is 5x minus 3. So now I'm gonna plug in that x, which is 24, and solve. So 5 times 24 minus 3, and then 5 times 24 is 120, and then you subtract 3 from 120 and you get 117. So the measurement of angle A is 117. But guess what else? The measurement of angle B is also 117 because they equal. If you use to plug in 24 in for x on B, you should still get 117 there too. But that's pretty much it. Let me let you take a look at one more example. Pause the video here and see if you can solve it on your own. All right, let's take a look at the answer. All right, so I take the two equations and or two expressions and set them equal because they're vertical angles, right? And then I go ahead and solve. And Delta Math likes to do the numbers first, evidently. So I'm going to subtract 13, bring down the 3x, then subtract the 5x on both sides, you get negative 2x. Then divide by negative 2, you get x is equal to 2. And then they plugged in that 2 here in the angle A. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 13 is 19. So that should be what your answer should be. That's it. That's all you have to do. That is angle terminology, part 2, working with vertical angles. I want to thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Have a nice day.